Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Morning.
Okay, how are you this morning? So this morning we talk about the third journal, yeah. So the third journal will be led by Adelia. So before we start our discussion, so let you give the opening comment. It's from Villa, please.
So good morning, Sir Adi and everyone. In today's meeting, we'll discuss the fourth journal about job performance, which will be led by Adelia. Hope that all of us can actively participate in this discussion.
Okay. Please, Tipini.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. So today on today's class, we're going to learn about a new topic again, based on the journal that already sent in the WhatsApp group. And today's topic is about job performance. And later, the discussions will be led by Adelia. And I hope that all of us can answer the questions clearly and understand what the meaning and what the purpose of this study is. Thank you.
Okay, please, Adelia.
All right, so good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you in good condition right now. So today we will review a journal with the title Job Performance, and I already give 6 questions based on the journal. I hope all of you will participate in this discussion. Thank you.
Okay. So I think that this course will be short because of the journal, yeah. So I think it's usually a kind of research, yeah. So kind of research and maybe the qualitative research. Okay, Fanny is coming here. Okay, Fanny, will you please give the opening comment, Fanny?
Good morning, sir. Everyone. So I think today we will go into discussion about the job performance. As I know that job performance is really important in the company because that with the job performance we don't have like a performance from our employees that really important to the organization because it is as a contribution to the company, and job performance can relate to how individuals perform in their jobs and duties. And like I've said before, every employees have a contribution and responsibility to do their job to promote or to contribute to the company. So I hope that in this discussion for today about your performance, it will be such a great discussion from Adelia. Thank you, sir.
Okay, please. I'd like to share time to lead the discussion. Please, time is yours, Adelia.
All right, sir, for giving me the opportunity for lead the discussion today. And now let's start from the question number 1. The question number 1 is what is task performance? Maybe we can start from Tiffany, please.
So what is task performance? Task performance is defined as produce materials or providing services such as expertise in job-related tasks. And task performance also involves activities that support the technical part and service of a firm or an organization, such as coordinating and planning. Also, task performance covers the fulfillment of the requirements that are part of the contract between the employer and employee. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tiffany, for your answer. And next, let's hear from Willa answer. Please, Willa.
So in my opinion, task performance can be defined as the efficiency with which employees perform their jobs, such as tasks that contribute to the organizational technical core, either directly by implementing technological procedures or indirectly by providing them. That's my answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Willa. And now, Irfani, please.
Okay, yes, I know that as performance can represent contribution to organizational performance and refers to action that are part of the formal reward system and address the requirement as specific in job description. And at the general level, task performance consists of activities that transforms materials into the goods and service produced by the organization or to allow for efficient functioning in other organizations. I think it is. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Irfani. And last one is Tasha, please.
Okay, to my answer is what is task performs? Task performs is a working process which occurs when an assigned person or a work group of person effectuates a task plan. This refers to a manner in which they realize the work which was project for a task. This is my answer, yeah.
All right, thank you, Tasha, and thank you everyone for your answers. So all your answer is correct. What is a task performance? Task performance can define as a behavior that is directly linked to completion of the job. Task related behaviors contribute to the technical core of the organization. And now let's move to the second question. What is contextual performance? Maybe we can start from Irfani, please.
Okay, as I know that contextual performance consists of behavior that doesn't directly contribute to organizational performance but support the organizational, social, and psychological environment. And contextual performance is different from task performance as includes activities that are not formally part of the job description and indirectly contributes to an organization performance.
All right, Irfani, thank you. And we should hear Willa answer, please.
In my opinion, contextual performance is an activity that is done by the employees goes beyond formal job responsibilities. So this involves behaviors that is not directly related to job tasks, but having a significant impact on the organizational, social, and psychological context, such as coaching coworkers, strengthening social network within an organization, and also going the extra mile for the organization.
All right, thank you, Willa. That's a good answer. And Tiffany, please.
A contextual performance is defined as the activities the employees carry out to contribute to the social and psychological core of an organization. And in recent years, it has emerged as an important aspect of an employee's job performance, and the latter is no longer considered to consist strictly of performance on a task. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tiffany. And the last one is Tasha, please.
Contextual performance is different from job performance. So contextual performance is the frequency which we employees perform behavior that support the organization socially and psychology in carrying out the company main function. Thank you, yeah.
All right, thank you everyone for the answers. So yes, contextual performance. It is can define as individual performance which maintains and enhance an organization social network and the psychological climate that support technical tasks. And then the contextual performance consists of behavior that does not directly contribute to organizational performance, but support the organizational, social, and psychological environment. All right, now let's move to the third question. Please mention 5 categories of contextual performance. We can start from Willa, please.
So the first one is volunteering to carry out activities that are not formally part of the job. Second one, persisting with extra enthusiasm or effort when necessary to complete on-task activities successfully. Third, helping and cooperating with others. Four, following the organizational rules and procedures even when personally inconvenient. And the last one is endorsing, supporting, and defending the organizational objectives. That's my answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Willa. And then Tasha, please. Hello, Tasha. Are you still with us? Okay, maybe Tasha have a bad connection. So let's move to Tiffany answer.
Okay, based on the journal, there are 5 categories of contextual performance. First is volunteering for activities beyond a person's formal job requirements. Second is persistence of enthusiasm and application when needed to complete important task requirements. Third is assistance to others. Four is following rules and prescribed procedures even when it is inconvenient. And the last is openly defending organization activities. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tiffany. And we should hear Irfani's answer, please.
Okay, as mentioned in journal by Burman and Moto will do in 1990, enumerate that 5 categories of contextual performance. The first is volunteering for activities beyond a person's formal job requirements. Second is persistent of enthusiasm and application when needed to complete important task requirements. Third is assistant to others. Four is following rules and prescribed procedure even when it's inconvenient. And the last is openly defending organization objective. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Irfani. And maybe Tasha, we should hear Tasha answer. Hello, Tasha. Okay, maybe we should move to the next question. Number 4, what is the basic differences between task and contextual performance? Maybe we can start from Willa, please.
So the difference between these two is first, while contextual performance is more likely to be voluntary, task performance is more likely to be dictated by the formal job function. Second one, task performance is mostly determined by ability, but contextual performance is primarily determined by motivation and personality. And last, contextual performance is the extra role activity that is discretionary or not enforced and generally not paid by the formal reward system or directly, indirectly regarded by the management, while for the task performance is in role behavior that is part of the formal job description.
All right, thank you, Willa, for your answer. And let's hear Irfani answer.
Okay, there are 3 basic differences between task and contextual performance. First is contextual performance activities are comparable for almost all jobs, whereas task performance is job specific. Second is task performance is predicted mainly by ability, and whereas contextual performance is mainly predicted by motivation and personality. Last is task performance is in role behavior and part of the formal job description, whereas contextual performance is extra role behavior and discretionary and often not rewarded by formal reward system or directly or indirectly considered by the management. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Irfani. And now let's hear Tiffany answer.
Okay, so the difference between task and contextual performance is contextual performance activities are comparable for almost all jobs, whereas task performance is job specific, and task performance is predicted mainly by ability, whereas contextual performance is mainly predicted by motivation and personality. Task performance is in role behavior and part of the formal job description, whereas contextual performance is extra role behavior and discretionary and often not rewarded by formal reward systems or directly or indirectly considered by the management. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tiffany, and thank you everyone for your answer. All your answer is correct. So based on the journal, there are 3 basic difference between task and contextual performance. One is contextual performance activity are more comparable for almost all job, where meanwhile task performance is a job specific. 2, task performance is predicted mainly by ability. Meanwhile, contextual performance is mainly predicted by motivation and personality of employees. And the last one, task performance is in role behavior and part of a formal job description. Meanwhile, contextual performance is extra role behavior and this discretionary and often not awarded by formal reward system and directly or indirectly considered by the management. Okay, so let's move to in the number five. Number five, explain about the factor model differentiate five distinct dimension of personality. Maybe we can start from Irvani, please.
Okay, the five-factored model of diversity, five distinct dimension of personality. First is there's emotional stability, extraversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, and conscientiousness. So individuals high emotional stability are characterized by low negative activity, negative affectivity, and tend to respond with less subjective distress to negative events to subjective distress to negative events that the individuals low on emotional stability. And next is extraversion, refers to individuals' propensity to experience positive effect and to be sociable, assertive, um, flexible, and humanitarian, and willing to take risks. And then the openness to experience characterize an individual tendency to be creative and also willing to take risks of same like extraversion. And agreeableness is described individuals who are kind, gentle, likable, cooperative, and considerate. And conscientious refers to individuals' degree of being orderly, self-disciplined, achievement-oriented, and reliable. And last is perseverant. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Irvani, for your answer. Let's hear Tiffany answer.
Okay, so first is emotional stability. Individuals high on emotional stability are characterized by low negative affectivity and tend to respond with less subjective distress to negative events than do the individuals low on emotional stability. And the second is extraversion. Extraversion refers to individuals' propensity to experience positive effect and to be sociable, assertive, and energized by social interactions. And the third is openness to experience. Openness to experience characterizes an individual's tendency to be creative, flexible, imaginative, and willing to take risks. And then the next is agreeableness. Agreeableness describes individuals who are kind, gentle, likable, cooperative, and considerate. And the last is conscientiousness. Conscientiousness refers to individuals' degree of being orderly, self-disciplined, achievement-oriented, and reliable and perseverant. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tiffany, for your answer. And let's hear Tasha answer.
Hello,
Yes, hello.
do you hear my voice, Yaya?
Yes.
Okay. So my answer is the first is openness to experience. The opposite nature of openness to experience is individual who tend to be conventional and comfortable with things that already exist and will cause anxiety if given new tasks. And then the next number two is conscientiousness. Individual who have this conscientiousness personality dimension tend to be more careful in taking an action or considered in making a decision. They also have high self-discipline and can be trusted. And then the next is extraversion. This extraversion personality dimension relates to a person level of comfort in interacting with other people. And then the last is agreeableness, easy to get along or easy to agree. So this is individual with the agreeableness dimension tend to be more obedient to other individuals and have a personality that wants to avoid conflict. Thank you, Yaya. That's my answer.
All right, thank you, Tasha, for your answer. And last is Willa, please.
So the five distinct dimensions of personality. First, it is openness to experience. It's a characteristic that involves imagination and insight. So this personality trait is marked by a strong desire to learn and try new things. It leads to a diverse set of interests and a willingness to take the risk when making decisions. Second one, conscientiousness. It is a personality attribute that encompasses forethought, impulse control, and goal-oriented behavior. Third one, extroversion. It is a set of personality traits that include the talk activeness, aggressiveness, and high level of emotional expressiveness. The fourth, agreeableness. it is a high level of, if someone have the high level of agreeableness, it is associated with trust, altruism, friendliness, and affection. And the last one is emotional stability. People with the strong emotional stability have a low negative activity and respond to bad situation with the less subjective suffering than people with low emotional stability. That's my answer.
All right, thank you, Willa, and thank you everyone for your answers. So all your answers correct. Based on the journal, there are 5-factor model differentiates, 5 distinct dimension of personality. One is emotional stability, are characterized by low negative affectivity. And 2, extraversion, it refers to a person propensity to experience positive affect and to be sociable. And 3, openness to experience characterizes an individual tendency to be willing to take the risk. And 4 is agreeableness, means individual who are kind, cooperative, and considerate. And the last one is constitutiveness, means an individual degree of being self-disciplined and reliable. Okay, now let's move to the last question, number 6. Why research in intra-individual change and variability of performance is important? Maybe we can hear from Irfani first, please.
Research in intra-individual change and variability of performance is important and interesting for a number of reasons. Because first, it provides a more true understanding of the performance phenomenon itself. Second, is examined if performance predictors such as cognitive ability are informally relevant and powerful across various levels of job experience. Third is point to additional more transient predictor of performance that cannot be captured when approaching performance only from an individual difference or a job design perspective. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Irfani, for your answer. And let's move to Willa, please.
So first, it promises a deeper knowledge of the performance phenomena. Second, it investigates whether performance determinants like cognitive ability are consistently useful and powerful across different degrees of employment experience. And third, it identifies additional, more ephemeral indicators of success that are missed when looking at performance solely through the lens of person differences or job design.
All right, thank you, Willa. And let's hear Tasha answer, please.
So this intra-individual with the variable is change as more or less enduring change that is considered as development, and then it is a common component of again related cognitive decline and the behavior change associated. So this is important and this is relevant with this study. Thank you, yeah.
All right, thank you, Tasha. And let's hear Tiffany answer, please.
Research in intra-individual change and variability of performance is important and interesting for a number of reasons. First is it promises a more true rough understanding of the performance phenomenon itself. Second, it examines if performance predictors such as cognitive ability are uniformly relevant and powerful across various levels of job experience. And third is it points to additional, more transient predictors of performance that cannot be captured when approaching performance only from individual difference or job design perspective. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tiffany, and thank you everyone for your answer. So all of your answer is correct because it is promises a more true understanding of performance phenomenon itself, and also examines if performance predictors such as cognitive ability are uniformly relevant toward the various level of work experience. So this is the end for discussion the question that I have given. So job performance should be useful for the full range of strategy and intervention that the field of organizational or in the workplace that might utilize to to improve individual performance in a work organization. Thank you. Once again, thank you all for participating in this discussion and giving back to you again, sir. Sorry, sir, your mic is mute.
Okay, thank you. So you take the human resource management department. So if you are interested in researching performance, yeah, so you can use this journal as your guide how to do research. Yeah. So when we talk about performance, we know that there are task performance and then adaptive performance and then conceptual performance. And as we know that the performance is the multidimensional factors, right? So there are many factors that influence the performance. So you must also know how to measure the performance. So it has been explained in this journal how to measure, yeah. And let me share screen the journal first, yeah. So we talk together how to let me share screen first. Okay. Okay, can you look at this journal? So this is your performance, yeah, and then the performance is multi-dimensional concept, yeah. Okay, so, and then look at this. So when we talk about text performance, yeah, the performance is related to your task, yeah, to the task of the people, so right? So it can be the job specific task proficiency. It is the indicator. It's the indicators, job specific task proficiency, and then non-job specific task proficiency, and written and oral communication proficiency. So if you have good communication, is also you have good performance. Yeah, you have good task performance. And when you are the manager, what is the indicator of the performance? Like supervision, how do you guide your people, how do you direct your people, and how do you motivate your satu. This is also an output, the output of indicate of performance, right? Task performance as a manager, right? So when you are acting as a manager, so what is the indicator of your performance? This is like this: guiding, directing, motivating, and providing feedback, and maintaining good working relationship and coordinating subordinate. This is the performance of the managers. Yeah, and if you do the administration work, yeah, like this management and administration. So what is the performance of what is the output? What is the output of your doing management of administration? It is called performance, right? Yeah. So it must mention that the job must be done. Yeah, must be finished. Yeah. So according to the Dr. Gulik, that management is getting things done. Yeah, getting things done. Yeah, this about management according to Dr. Gulik, and this the task performance. So the performance is related to your task, right? And then contextual performance. Yes, contextual performance is not formal, right? It's not related to your task. Yeah, it is volunteer in nature, right? Volunteer. Yeah, yeah, volunteer. Yeah, like this volunteering to activities. Yeah, and then persistent for optimism and application assistant. Yeah, so if you assist your friend, your colleague to do the work, yeah, for supporting the organization goal, yeah, it is a contextual performance, right? And then defending on some objective, right? This and following the rules, yeah. Following the rules is also about the contextual performance. And it's also adaptive, yeah, adaptive performance, yeah. Adaptive like this, handling emergencies, handling work stress, solving problem. It is also adaptive, yeah, according to the situation, so right? Yeah, adaptive performance is yeah, is situational, so right? In nature, so dealing with uncertain and predictable work situation, learning work tasks, technologies, and procedures, so right? Is adaptive. So what must you do? Must be adapted to the rule on the company, so right? And then what is the relationship between task, contextual, and the performance? And how to measure the performance, very important. So when you want to do the research, yeah, you must in performance you must know this. How do you measure the performance? Very important, yeah. Are you interested in writing this research for your thesis maybe in the future? So many people, many students like to write performance, right? Like the influence of satisfaction, the satisfaction to the toward the performer, like that. Are you interested in doing this research? How about Villa? Do you have interest in this research, Villa, for your thesis maybe in the future?
I think yes, sir.
Yeah, so there are many topics that you can read from Mr. Manuel. You can read this, the how to measure the performance, right? And we can look at this one like person specific variable. Yeah, you can use this variable, right? Person specific variable. You can use this variable set, or you can also use. So when you use this variable, you use cognitive abilities, right? And then knowledge, right? Experience, right? So knowledge, experience, yeah. You can hypothesize that maybe knowledge, experience, and then cognitive abilities have the influence on the performance. Maybe this can be hypothesis like that. This one, yeah. And then experience, yeah. And then non-cognitive predictors, yeah, like this, emotion, like this, it is like extraction, it is non-cognitive predictors, right? Yeah, because it is related to personality, right? Extraction, emotional adaptability, openness to experience. So this five variable, these five indicators can be your variable to research performance, right? Yeah, you can influence the influence of this five factors model to the performance, right? But it is psychological, yeah. It's psychological, yeah, because this non-cognitive predictors like this. Yeah, so you must, if you are interested in this performance research, so you must keep reading the journal on performance. You must collect the performance journals, right? Yeah, and then yeah, you can use this. Many students take this, yeah. In Pajabakti, the student always like to write the performance, like the discipline and performance, and then motivation and performance, like that, yeah. And then satisfaction and performance, like that, etc. So performance is multi-dimensional factors, yeah. So many dimension can affect the performance. Okay, this one. Okay, you can read the journal, yeah, if you are interested in this field. So I want to ask you one by one. So you are the student, yeah, you are the student, and what is your task performance and what is your contextual performance related to this? Okay, from TPNPS. So you students, yeah, you're the student, and you study, and I want to know what is your task performance and contextual performance or adaptive performance. Please, TPN.
Okay, so I think in my opinion, as a student, my task performance is when I'm able to study well and get a high score. That's like what I wanted. That's like what my target is. And I think that in contextual performance is when I'm besides study, like I joined the organization, like getting into the organizations and having the experience of the organization itself. I think so.
And what about adaptive performance?
Yes, sir.
Adaptive performance. Maybe you have your friend, maybe, or there's a problem, and then yeah, adaptive, or you must adapt to the rule in your faculties, right? It's adaptive performance, right? Yes. So when you want to get your task performance, but you must also adapt to the rule in your faculty, just right? How to study, yes, yeah. It is adaptive, so adapt to the situation, right? Adaptive performance, yeah. So the performance must be adaptive, yeah, to everything, to technology, etc., to the rule, etc. Is adaptive performance, right? Yeah, like task, how to do the task is depend on must be adaptive to everything, yeah, to the situation, right? And how about Lila? What is your task performance and contextual performance? So do you always have your friend if your friend is in difficulty? Is also contextual performance, yeah, volunteers, right? Okay. Yeah.
I think for task performance, it's quite the same with Tiffany. Like we must study in order to get a good score because it is our like obligation in order to achieve our goals in graduating from college. And for contextual performance, I think it is like we are learn a new things. Maybe we can learn it by going to the workshop or seminar in order to get a new knowledge. Maybe we can deepen our knowledge that we are not getting or having in the college itself. So.
Okay, good. Okay, and what Ivani?
Actually kind of same that as I know as we are a student that we have, and we should to do like attend the class, and also we should do our homework, and we should like motivate to do like the final exam and anything. And then for the contextual performance, it could be like we join organization, we join any event from the campus, like that.
Okay, good. Adelia?
I think it's same with the
Same,
other, sir. Yes. So in task performance, I doing my assignment because as a student, it's a must, right? We do all the assignment, and then for the contextual performance, that I'm join the organization, so I can also adaptive to our campus.
So you have answers, yeah, the question, and also idea is lead the discussion. Is it a task performance or contextual performance? All of you have answered the question and discussed, yeah. Then Adela is lead the discussion. So is it a task performance or contextual performance in your opinion?
I think both it's important, sir.
I think is it a task performance or contextual performance? All of you have answered the question, and Adela has lead the discussion with the question, and your friend answered your question. Is it task performance or contextual performance?
Task performance.
Task performance, yeah. Okay, when Tiffany cannot answer, for example, and then we have Tiffany to answer, is it task performance or contextual performance?
I think task
It's
performance.
not volunteer, not contextual. So for Tiffany, yeah, like that.
I think it's task.
Yeah, that's all or contextual.
I think
For example, you have finished your job, so your job is good, yeah, nothing nothing to, yeah, and then you have your friend to finish that. This is contextual or task performance?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's contextual.
Contextual, yeah, okay, contextual. So if you have finished your job, and then your friend, yeah, is in difficulty in finishing the job, and you can give this advice. You say it is also contextual to perform it. Why it doesn't need to your task? Okay, I think that, yeah, thank you, yeah, for your answers. And then before we end this course, so let you give the closing comment, please, from Tiffany, please.
Okay, so thank you, Adelia, for leading the discussions for today's class. We get to know about so many theories, information, and knowledge about task performance. And then the discussion also runs very well. Each of us answered the questions correctly. And hopefully next week we can learn again the new topic about the new journal that already sent in the WhatsApp group. Thank you.
Okay, Ivani, please.
Okay, I would like to say thank you so much for Adelia for discussion today. It's going well. Thank you so much for Adele for delivering about the job performance, and Sir also delivering about also the job performance. And I hope for the next discussion we will get a new insight and other knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mila, please.
So I would like to say thank you to Adelia who led the discussion today, and thank you for Sir Adi that already give brief explanation about today's topic. So from today's discussion, there are a lot of things that I learned related to the job performance itself. I hope that next week we can meet again so that we can discuss another topic together. Thank you.
Okay, good. Adelia.
Yes, so thank you everyone for participating in this discussion. The conclusion of this journal that there are great opportunities for a better understanding and then predict job performance. For example, situational variable must be neglected when predictable job performance. In addition, researchers increasingly challenge the view that a job performance is stable over time. So once again, thank you, sir, and thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Okay. Who will lead the discussion next week? Tasha or Elisa? Will be the leader of discussion next week. Tasha, yeah. Tasha, yeah. Is it Tasha who lead the discussion next week? I think you can tell your friend, yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think that's all today. So see you later next week. And goodbye. Thank you very much for your coming here.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, sir.